growing up, it's important to be part of your community and speak up on issues that are significant. She worked hard so that all 5 of her children could attend Jamestown College. For those of you who know the Kneffleys, my mother is Lucinda Kneffley, and my aunts are Kathy, Melissa, and Adie, and my uncle is Adam. I joined them in attending Jamestown College, along with my cousin Perrin Kneffley and my sister Victoria Clark. We have a long lineage of family members cheering, "Go Jimmies!" and Grandma was very passionate about that and proud of her children attending. I remember how Grandma struggled after she broke her leg from falling in a windstorm. She had been independent her entire life, and now she had to rely on somebody to tie her shoes. She relied on Medicare and Social Security to continue living and continue healing her injury. She had inherited Grandpa's land and struggled because it was incredibly difficult to pay the property tax. Here was a woman who had taught classrooms of children, been an accountant at the livestock market in Harriet, a farm wife, mother of 5, and small business owner, and she barely made ends meet. I will support and protect the Homestead Tax Credit Program to protect seniors and on property tax issues. So while I may be young, I can relate to the struggles seniors have, and I vow to protect what you have earned after contributing for so many years. I grew up in the home of teachers, and I understand the many hours they put in and how it can sometimes be difficult to make ends meet. My father, James Hake, was a teacher right here in Jamestown for many years, first at the state hospital with young students, then at the day treatment center with students who had behavioral issues. Easy days were hard to come by for him. One of the joys my dad had was coaching junior high football for the Blue Jays. He does that now in Linton and still enjoys it just as much. My mother, Lucinda Hake, was a teacher at the state hospital for a brief period as well. Then she went out to Montpelier for nearly a decade. An avid coach, speech teacher, and an activist in the school and community, always helping where they needed somebody. So anyone who believes that teachers work 8 to 3, Monday through Friday, only 9 months out of the year, well, I can tell you from growing up in that household, they most certainly do not. And I intend to fight for education in Bismarck for teachers, students, and retired teachers. Teachers are the mentors who educate our children and shape our future. They deserve the best treatment we can give them. Speaking of teachers, my sister Victoria is in the back of the room, and she is an aspiring teacher. She and my brother-in-law Nate and my nephew Jackson live right here in Jamestown. Hello. My nephew Jackson you've all met. I love having the Clarks around. However, I see the many struggles that a young family goes through. Nate works 3 jobs so that my sister can go to school full-time and take care of Jackson, which as you can see is a full-time job as well. We need to do more to make college affordable for everyone, including young working families. Last year, my cousin and fellow Jamestown College grad, Perrin Kneffley, joined the Army. He is currently serving in the United States Army stationed in Italy. He is training for a possible deployment to Afghanistan in the near future, and I am thrilled that he will be home starting this Sunday for a 2-week visit. I pray for his safe return, that he can come home and stay right here in North Dakota and start his life. And I can guarantee you that when I go to Bismarck, I will stand up and fight for programs that veterans need to come home after sacrificing their time and energies for the freedoms we so often take for granted. I have worked at the North Dakota Farmers Union for 3 years now. It is a job to travel all across North Dakota and visit with farmers and ranchers, whether it be at a candidate forum or in Judy's shop. And you better believe that at these events, I get quite an experience. The North Dakota legislature needs to take care of the industry that is the backbone of this state, and that is agriculture. We have infrastructure needs to be met on our county roads so that farmers can get to the grains to the elevator and that I can get out to their shops. We also have not just an oil country, but as well right here in Stutsman County. My dad has 2 brothers that work on Grandpa Hake's land, and they work tirelessly to protect the land and provide high-quality products for North Dakota and the world. So protecting sound agriculture policy that allows modern farmers to prosper in North Dakota is about food security in the nation, which is a national defense issue. If you eat, you are affected by agriculture, and I will be the voice that will stand up for agriculture. Since I began work at North Dakota Farmers Union, I bought a home and settled into Jamestown after graduating from Jamestown College. I've been very active in the community, and one of the organizations that I work with is the Safe Shelter. I can tell you that domestic violence laws are weak and ineffectual. We need to create serious consequences for violent attackers and sexual abusers. Victims of rape and domestic violence need to be taken seriously. This is not a crime that we can take lightly. I will go to Bismarck and stand up for victims and families of these horrific crimes. So why am I telling you all of these things? How does this qualify me to be a legislator? So let's summarize the experiences. I worked in my grandma's small business during high school. I know the value of $1 and the struggles of a small business owner. During those years, many hunters came to my grandma's small business. I understand the importance of hunting and protecting a person's right to bear arms. I grew up in a house where both parents were teachers. I understand the struggles many teachers face, and I will fight for teachers and teachers' retirement. I have a sister with a young family who is trying to complete college. I understand the hardships of increasing tuition prices. I have family members and work with people who farm and ranch. I understand the importance of protecting our food security and modern farming practices. I volunteer at Safe Shelter. I understand the importance of standing up for victims and families of sexual and domestic abuse. I have a cousin in the U.S. Army. I understand the importance of protecting those who have served our great country. Most importantly, I remember how much my grandmother struggled and how difficult that last period of her life was. I understand the importance of protecting programs that serve and protect seniors. I will stand up for all of you when I go to Bismarck as a District 12 representative. Thanks for your time.